What is going on, everybody? My name is Baloo and welcome to the jungle. This is the channel where we take a very simple approach to technical analysis. We look at the price in the context of volume using the Wyckoff method. If that is something that interests you, then why don't you leave me a follow on Twitch? And if you're joining me on the replay on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the like. So in today's video, I want to just talk about the health of the market. You know, we're in reconnaissance mode. We're trying to look for support. You know, a lot of altcoins are in the green right now. We're going to take a look at some of those, but we're not out of the woods yet. We're basically in a new trading range, so we need to really solidify a lot of the data that's coming our way and try and ascertain if we are truly going to hold these levels as support. So let's just dive right into it. We'll start with the king of all crypto here, and that is Bitcoin. So let's go and take a look at Bitcoin here. Okay, so this is where I think we are right now. Basically, it's a tentative range, so there's not enough data to confirm the width of the range, but we've put in our buyer's climax, and we have had our reaction or our shakeout, however you want to call it. We've had our downside move that's kind of tentatively set the range. So when I say tentatively, what am I looking for to confirm this range? Basically, our secondary test. So wherever our secondary test may go, whether it's back to the top of the range, or maybe just a little bit shy of the top of the range, or maybe it goes up past the top of the range, we need that 1, 2, 3 confirmation to really know where phase A ends and where phase B begins. So phase A is kind of volatile. You know, anybody who is in short-term trades right now, you're going to want to be aggressive with take profits if you are a day trader trading assets in phase A. They can be very favorable trades because they happen so fast, but you have to take profits quickly because, you know, this market in phase A can turn very, very quickly. So be aware of that. Got a few comments here. Can you explain how to get set up and use Pangolin to trade? Probably, but not on the stream. You know what I'll do is I will make a YouTube video tutorial because there's actually quite a few steps, and it's not really live stream material. It's not, it's a step by step. You're gonna have to pause, go do it, come back, pause, go do it. So that is a fantastic video idea, and I will probably release that on YouTube in the coming days. But as far as the stream, I think no. What's going on, Crypto Z? How's it going, Successful? Nice to see you guys in the chat. Awesome. Beastis123, beautiful. How's it going, everybody? What's up, Z? Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Bitcoin. We're looking at Ethereum Bitcoin chart a lot lately. So we're going to just zoom out here, and we are going to just we're trying to find what's called an LPS. So for those who are new to the Wyckoff method, there are a lot of acronyms inside of the Wyckoff method. There are a lot of signals that we try to interpret in a lot of these schematics, is what we call them, in the Wyckoff method. So, we're looking at a lot of data and we're trying to interpret what the signals at any given point in the trading range are. And what I'm looking for on the Bitcoin pair with Ethereum is what's referred to as an LPS. LPS stands for last point of support, and as the name implies, it's a cycle low. So it's the last point at which the asset holds support, and it doesn't fall below that level. So when we're looking at this area right here. We've had a high, a low, which is a higher low, a higher high, and we're looking to print our higher low. So we can go down to the smaller time frames. Let's go to the 4 hour and just see how price is developing in this area. Basically, we have this area of support here. It's quite a range. We definitely need to probably print a double bottom or something at this point. If we can print a double bottom, kind of confirming that range and getting some more bullish movements to the upside, we need to start changing that trend. So whether that is an equal low or we start to print a higher low, whatever that may be, we need to start printing the candles that are going to change the trend. Our local downtrend is here. We need to start going at least sideways or possibly even up from here on the Bitcoin pair. I am I'm leaning towards Ethereum really starting to show its stuff and really starting to show its legs. I know that a lot of people are very bearish on Ethereum, and there's very valid arguments to that effect, because we're seeing a lot of competitor chains operate in a very similar fashion for much less fees, and that's a very valid point. But Ethereum 2.0 is not going away. Ethereum 2.0 is coming. Tech always takes longer than we think it will. Your idea and your ability to speculate on an asset is way quicker than the tech is actually able to develop. Last cycle we were talking about DeFi and DEXs, and now it's here. It took several years to actually build a product, and I still think that DeFi is really primitive and very new technology that is not even close to what it's going to end up looking like. But the moral of the story is, or at least my assumption is, Ethereum is far from done, and I think that we're going to start seeing some movements. And the chart that you're going to want to pay attention to is the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. So let's catch up on the chat here. Check FTM. Sure, let's get that loaded, because I have the memory of a goldfish. Let's just get that loaded up here. Phantom. Beautiful. Give me ETH or give me ETH. I like it. Do you think that the gas prices of ETH will negatively impact it or help it by keeping out retail hands? That is a very interesting point of view that I also kind of agree with. You're keeping out the high frequency traders. Any position that is being taken on the Ethereum ecosystem right now is a long position. Basically, nobody is holding short in the ecosystem because it costs $30 in and $30 out on a good day. So, people are holding long. Now, Ethereum 2.0 is going to be a complete game changer, and we're going to see significant savings in the fees when staking is the way that consensus is achieved. But there is also a new upgrade. This is the EIP 1559. It is being proposed tomorrow, so it's the Ethereum Improvement Proposal 1559, and the foundation is having a meeting specifically geared towards communicating with the miners. And they're proposing this new consensus protocol, and basically a new way to kind of give the miners their payout in fees in a way that's going to smooth out the fees. But that's, I don't really care too much about that. The fees are still going to be high. Binance Smart Chain, Matic, FTM, all of those chains are going to have cheaper fees. But what it is going to introduce, it is going to introduce a deflationary measure inside of Ethereum, which we don't have yet. So effectively, we're reducing the supply of Ethereum. When there's less supply to go around, the ability for markup to occur is much higher. So that is a very bullish fundamental that I'm kind of thinking is probable in occurring, strictly based on what I see in the charts. We're in an accumulation and we're getting ready to leave an accumulation. So what is going to be the bullish story? What is going to be the bullish narrative? What is going to be the story that the composite operators are pushing? I think it's going to be this upgrade. So keep an eye out for that. What's going on? We can take a look at Reef. Yeah, we'll take a look at Reef. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at this face melter. Now, this is Phantom Finance. And I don't really know what you want me to do in terms of, if you're asking me about a take profit, we can talk about take profits. But if you're talking about an entry, too little too late. You really need to wait for a new range to develop. You need to build the bullish case of a reaccumulation before you even think about taking an entry inside of Phantom. It's in markup. It's moving quick. You got to be very careful. You're no longer in the value zone. I think that there's other opportunities out there. And, if you got into Phantom, congratulations. Fantastic. Beautiful, beautiful. But let me show you kind of what you're looking for when you're interpreting the charts using the Wyckoff method. So here was the last rally, okay? The last rally ended at a buyer's climax. The buyer's climax goes to the top of the rally. We can go ahead and mark that down right there, buyer's climax. There you go. You know what? That's quite a wick. I'm actually going to bring it down to the candle body close. I always start on the wicks, and if it just doesn't make sense, I'll go down to the close. But then I'll grab another horizontal ray, and I will go down to the automatic reaction line. Automatic reaction, automatic rally, those are the points in which you set the width of the range. And you can see how the price action pretty much respected these two levels, got a little bit of an up thrust action with a little bit of a move to the downside. That was met with a lot of demand, tried to poke up again, was unable to do so, got up one more time, came in for the backup. The successful test of the backup of the buyer's climax is what signaled to the market, yep, it's game on. So this would have been your entry if you were following along on this asset. And this is what you have to look for, okay? This is what you have to look for when you're doing the Wyckoff method, because it gets you in right before things really get parabolic. So, you know, you miss all of this waiting, you get the signal, you do have to kind of set alerts and keep this kind of, you know, in the back of your head. You need to be paying attention to these charts, which honestly, that's easier said than done. A lot of these pass us by, but you know, if you tighten down your watch list based on some fundamentals that you think are bullish, you can get kind of a shorter and shorter watch list that you're kind of paying attention to these ranges develop. And when you see these successful backups, that's when you can take a position to the long side and really get the meat of the move. It's really important that you focus on the meat of the move. How much of this move is left if you're buying up here? I think that if you're in take profits, I mean, you're in some significant profits if you were down in that accumulation range purchasing. You know, even at the price right here, you're up 263%. So if you have not taken profits yet, you know, a 2.5x, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your trade. But, you know, when you're multiplying your investment, it's okay to take profits. It's okay to lock in some of those gains and maybe find some other opportunities with some of these other accumulations that are further down and not as developed, that maybe align with the fundamentals. You know, like Ethereum on the Bitcoin pair, stuff like that. Okay, I speak about profit. So yeah, when you're looking to take profit, you want to do you can do a technique called point and figure. And again, this is not a very it's not a stream friendly environment to be teaching you point and figure. But what I would like to encourage you to do is join the free Discord down below. I have a Discord linked in the bio section of my Twitch channel. Free to enter, hit me up in there, and then I can kind of give you a few examples of what a point and figure chart looks like and how you can do point and figure counts on these accumulations to get some price targets. There's other methods as well. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the Fibonacci retracement, so you can just grab from swing high to swing low and you can get some Fibonacci. So, you know, we're already well past the 3.618. That's a hell of an extension. You know, it's definitely, it was at take profit level. Let's see where it was. Did it hit the 4? Let's see, 4.272 or something like that. Yeah, 4.272. So that's basically where the candle body's closed. So the 4.272, you know, we're in a really bullish environment when we get fib extensions up in the 4s. So, you know, there's other ways to get take profit level. We're still in the take profit zone. So if you're massively up on this position, consider taking profit, because I think that even in the bullish scenario here, there's going to be some time for this to develop, and you know, you're going to be able to see this range develop and possibly take another position if you do see a bullish setup. Okay, TA Hamburger, where is our LPS? I can take a look at that. That one is a bit of an advanced chart just because it is on the Binance coin pair. But we will go and take a look at that as well. Let me know if anything turnips. Oh, I'm looking for vegetable jokes. Let me know if you have any. If you have any, let us know. Let me know if anything turnips. Gotcha. Okay. CFI. So let's go ahead and take a look at CFI. Let me just see if I'm missing anything here. Okay, and then we'll do Reef. So CFI, I don't know what this is. Actually, that one was pumping. CyberFi, yeah. So this is another one of those ones that my DeFi team, man, Shout out to you, Bowen. Shout out to Lucky Davos. You guys are the DeFi diggers. The gems that you find in the DeFi space are unbelievable. This is another scenario where you need to see the trading range develop. It's just, you know, we have a tentative range here, but this is just a face melting move. What is the percentage gain on this from the accumulation? They were definitely buying an accumulation. They got, you know, they're sitting in a 200% profit. So yeah, shout out to you, Bowen. Shout out to you, Lucky Davos. You guys are DeFi wizards. I actually think I'm gonna make a DeFi wizard role in my server so that you guys can ask those crazy DeFi questions. You know, I like stuff that I can really understand. I like stuff that has a working product, stuff that I can get involved with and take a look at, you know, like Pangolin Exchange and stuff like that. If I can see it, if I can touch it, then I'm willing to invest in it. But these guys just find stuff out of nowhere, and I don't know. They're in a couple Telegram chats, and they figure out something. I don't know. Solid team. Yeah, from a TA standpoint, it's obviously showing strength. It's obviously showing demand, but I want to see a little bit of a range develop. So right now, it's early phase A. There's really not enough information to really give a bullish or bearish case on CyberFi token. Let's do Reef. Let's take a look at Reef here. Reef is one that I'm really bullish on. Now, a lot of people are thinking that it's just not going to deliver on its promises, that it's just a sleeper. You know, these new tokens, when they're new, they take a while, okay? These things, they need to be accumulated by the institutional players. And when they are properly and accordingly accumulated, that's when the moves come in. So, you know, we were sitting, I drew this support range on here. We came down to the support range and we're now sitting on top of this range right here. So that's looking really healthy. And what I need to see is a breakthrough of this resistance up here. I'm really keeping this one really simple. I'm not going into too much of the analysis as far as Wyckoff signals or anything like that. It's relatively flat. We're just waiting for the uptrend to occur. And right now we have a very mild uptrend. We are making higher highs and we are making higher lows. So it's a good place to be because you want to get ahead of those crazy, you know, volatile market moving, everybody FOMO into this coin type moves. You want to get in, it's appreciating in value. There's nothing more that you need to concern yourself with. The asset is slowly appreciating in value, and as it continues to slowly appreciate in value, it's going to gain more and more traction to the point at which it potentially, nothing's a guarantee, but it could potentially go parabolic. I actually do have a small position inside of Reef. I think that the fundamentals are strong. At least the story that's being told on Reef is a strong fundamental story, and I'm just holding and waiting on this one. So another one that's been doing phenomenally well as of recently is Bird. Bird money has been, it just finally woke up. So I did a stream yesterday about Bird, and I spoke about how the support levels were very, very critical at $80, and it looks as though the $80 level has held on Bird. So this is fantastic. You know, I was kind of sweating a little bit on Bird. I was definitely in more than enough profit because I got in quite early. Little bit of a retracement right now, but the important thing is that Bird has had its sign of strength. It has shown that it can get above some of these highs. So this will likely result in what's known as absorption. So you get that vertical absorption, you can take a move to the upside. The strength is there in the asset. The strong hands are there. There's still a few weak hands that are trying to sell the profits. You know, they're trying to exit the position. Maybe they no longer care about Bird. Maybe they got up at $120 and they saw their opportunity to exit gracefully. Let those people get out because we're almost at the final stages where we can really start printing some higher highs and some higher lows now that the strength has actually presented itself. So, you know, a little bit of a retracement. I mean, this was only moments ago that we were up at 140, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to have to see how this develops. But for now, the price is holding on support. So that's really good to see. We're getting some nice up thrusts in the right direction, making some higher highs. Okay, let's go to GRT. GRT is one that has had a massive move. So anytime you are looking at assets that have had a large move, you need to be very realistic with your expectations with that asset. We had a breakout on GRT. We were posting this in the Bear Den down here, I believe, at it was right at just shy of $1, and we had a huge move up 200% in GRT. So these 200% moves, they take a while to shake out the weak hands. They take a while for people to take profits. They take a while to get the people that feel like they should have taken profits to finally capitulate. It takes a while for these things to develop. So, if you did not sell on the first impulse, that was probably your best place to do so. But me personally, I'm not selling on that first impulse. I'm going to take my profits on the second impulse, wherever that may be. But basically, we're looking at this downsloped accumulation range right now. We have our buyer's climax, automatic reaction, secondary test, came down for our second test in phase B, and we're currently holding actually just below resistance. So there is an area that I do want to get above inside of GRT. So, we want to get above this area right here. If we can get a clear break above this and then hold that as support, then look for a break above this line for the downsloping line of resistance of this trading range. And if we can hold that as support, I think it's going to go. I don't think it's going to spend too much time, but there is also the possibility that we have to come down to the lower end of the range and possibly even come down for a spring before getting the liquidity needed to get that upside move. So in GRT, you're going to have to be patient with it. I think it's going to take potentially a few weeks to really get the price action to tell us the story that we need to hear as far as what it's going to look like. And it could come all the way down to $1. So, be prepared for that. Be prepared for that. If you've done your fundamentals and this is a coin that you're into and you like it and you think it's going to appreciate in value, but you just so happen to buy it above $2, I mean, this is the reason that you don't chase big green candles. You really don't. The big green candles can keep going, okay? In a bullish environment, they can keep going. We see it all the time. They keep going, but that is not your invitation to take a risk, okay? Get in on the pullbacks. Get in when support is developed. You'll look at an asset and you'll be like, oh, it's too green, I don't want to get in, and then it'll 3x from there, but that's not the point. I mean, you missed it. So you need to kind of really be responsible with your capital, take a step back and really understand that if you are going to survive, capital preservation is your number one goal. So, look for those opportunities to get in on those assets that you're fond of when they are on support and no other time. So, you have to really be cognizant of that kind of stuff. Oh, he ditched it. So, well, everybody has their own approach. If you ditch GRT, if you were looking for the short-term gain, you should have ditched it as soon as you came in on that shakeout. But everybody has their own strategy. It's nobody's wrong. He was in profit. Nobody ever goes broke taking profits. If you're in profit and you lock in some of those gains, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a little bit more long on this project because I think it's quite unique. There is not much of an index that developers can use that it's a Google for blockchain development. I think nobody else is doing that, and I think it has some value. What that true value actually is, I don't really know. Nobody can really do true evaluations on these cryptocurrencies, but I think that it still has some room to grow. Okay. CFI looks like a great project, solid team. Tia on hamburger. Okay, let's take a look at burger. So this one, again, this is a complicated one. Usually when I'm doing alternative currency pairs, I try to stick to Bitcoin or Ethereum, but because this is only available on Binance using the BNB token, it's a lot harder of a read, but we're still working out our backup phase. So the backup phase, we're making higher highs, we're making higher lows. The volatility is quite increased. We did get a nice move to the upside in Burger, and that it gave it all back, and we're sitting on the top of this up thrust back here. So it's still making higher highs and making higher lows. It's very volatile. We're seeing a lot of a price spread in both directions on this asset. So if you're not kind of used to that sort of thing, it could be that maybe you have too large of a position inside of this asset. When you're in the high risk stuff, usually the high risk stuff comes with high reward. So don't get greedy about it. Don't put huge positions on these high risk trades. The whole point of these high risk trades is so that you can risk a small amount of capital and get an equal amount of gain as to what you would do with a large position in, say, Bitcoin or Ethereum. When you're in this real low cap, high risk stuff, you should be able to sleep at night. If you can't sleep, take profit. Lower your risk, lower your position to the point at which you can sleep. That is the appropriate position. Okay. Hey, what's up, Shroomer? Nice to see you guys. Everybody's in the chat today. Beautiful. Got in at 50. What did you get in at 50? What about CKB, if you don't mind? Bollinger Bands, I am not much for oscillators and indicators, and here's why. Let me show you exactly why. When I'm using Wyckoff analysis, the price went where it went, and the volume is what it is. And that is the same across all time frames. If I pull up the Bollinger Bands, which I don't even have that set up, but let's go ahead and try anyways. BB, Bollinger Bands. Let's pull out the Bollinger Band. So right now we're getting close to the bottom of the Bollinger Band, but let's just go down to the 2 hour and ooh, we got a nice tight squeeze on the Bollinger Band falling out of the bottom there. Let's go to the 15 minute on the Bollinger Band. Another tighter squeeze, so you know, it's kind of all over the map. Not even close to the bottom of the Bollinger Band. We're actually just bounced off the top of the Bollinger Band, heading to the center line of the Bollinger Band on the daily. The point I'm trying to make is it's different. You see a different story on every time frame. Whereas when you're looking at price and you're looking at volume, the story is the same. And all you're doing is basically picking the candle size that is appropriate for the consolidation that you're looking at. So I will use RSI for short-term, where am I in this local move? Like if I'm looking for an entry, I may go to a small time frame and use a little bit of RSI to look for some divergence. But for the most part, I'm looking at price, structure, support, and resistance. The simpler you keep it, the less conflicting information you're gonna get, and the more you're gonna actually have the ability to take a position. If you're finding yourself on the losing side a lot, you need to lower your position sizes because you're learning. I actually came up with this analogy just the other day in terms of a trader's kind of journey. You know, as you're developing as a trader, education is number one. You have to educate yourself on what it is that you're seeing in the charts and where you are in the market. And time is number two. And the time is the one that a lot of people don't agree with. The time is the one where people get kind of frustrated with. But you know, the market is going to teach you lessons, and you have to be present for those lessons. So if you're just joining into crypto right now, you've joined in a bull market, congratulations, you are likely going to make some money. However, your ability to see the shift is probably not there. You're not going to be able to identify the shift appropriately where we do shift to the downside, and you're going to try and look for long positions when the market has shifted bearish, and you're going to eat a lot of your capital chasing these gains that don't ever come. Every market cycle that you enter, you are at a different level. So when you enter the space, you're at level one. Level one, you can make money, you can lose money, depends on the market conditions. Once you go from peak to peak, high to high, low to low, now you're at level two. Level two, you're a little bit smarter, you're a little bit wiser, and you're able to lock in some of those profits. And it's not until you really get to level three that you've seen at least 2.5 market cycles that you can really start locking in those gains and really understanding where the risk needs to be taken and when. And it's about the market cycles. Luckily for you, the market cycles inside of cryptocurrency are very quick. Market cycles in traditional finance, such as stocks, bonds, and other commodities, those cycles are in excess of 10 years. The market cycle that we're in right now is going on 11 years. So you're very lucky in the sense that you can learn to become a trader very quickly, but you can also lose and gain very quickly. So practice makes perfect. Don't forget to invest. Trade with small amounts until you've really got a handle on how to take profits. Taking profits is one of the most important things that you can do as a trader. When the profits are there, lock them in by either moving up a stop loss, or taking out your initial investment, or taking the profits and leaving your initial investment. Whatever it is that you do, you got to try and, lock in some of those gains. Okay. What's up? Yeah, everybody's bailing on GRT, and I'm not exactly sure why. It's the fundamentals haven't changed, just the sentiment, and there's nothing like a change in price that comes with a change in sentiment. Been in Ren since December 2020, looks very good. Ren, what is Ren up to? Ren is a fantastic project on the fundamental side. Anything that is, wrapping these Bitcoins and bringing them into smart contracts is a good project. So you got in December. Booyah, beautiful, beautiful. Fantastic. You were in a very good spot, very good position. And you're just coming down on the last backup. This is really good. Yeah, you saw a 600% gain, but you're sitting at a 400% gain. Yeah, dude, you're in a good spot. You're in a good spot. And it's holding support. If you didn't already take profits, honestly, at this point, it's had enough of a retracement that you can probably just slide your stop loss into something that you're comfortable with, or it depends if you're even using a stop loss, I don't know. But it's in markup, it's making higher highs, it's making higher lows, fundamentally very strong on Ren. I think you're in a good spot, my friend. I think you're in a very good spot. Okay, don't forget CKB. CKB, I don't know what that is. Man, there's too many coins. CKB. Oh God. Okay. Well, if you're in it, take profit. This is a very unsustained, unnatural candle. You're going to want to take profit. You don't have to exit everything, but you got to lock in something. So this is, we're definitely, you're going to want to go to small time frames to see what's going on here. So we had a nice pump. We're making higher highs, making higher lows. Monitor this one. Monitor it because it's on a tear right now. So track the small time frames, because a candle like this on the daily, honestly, if you get to the daily close in 5 hours, and a lot of times you get that transition at the end of the day. So as the daily candle closes and finalizes, really watch out on this one. If you're in this position, get into the smaller time frames. Unfortunately, you're going to have to watch this one because things move very, very quickly. So you're watching the charts today, my friend. You are watching the charts on this one. You're going to want to lock in some gains, move some stop losses. Like I would get a stop loss up here. If you got in down here, you want to at least lock in this profit right here and just monitor things. Allow the price action to make decisions for you. You can split your position size into multiples, so you can have an aggressive stop loss where you're keeping a lot of the gains. Maybe this is like a 20% position that you sell here, or maybe you get another stop loss up here. You can split your stop loss into several different segments so that if there's a retracement, if you're bullish on the asset, you can hold it longer, but just allow the price action to make some decisions for you, because this is FOMO control at this point. You're really trying to control your emotions here. Okay. In there at 1 cent. Thoughts on CRV? Curve is fundamentally an essential project for the DeFi ecosystem. It's pumped quite a bit. We were talking about Curve way back. If you guys aren't already in the paid side of the Discord, today on the 26th, midnight tomorrow night. So I've decided to do an extra stream today just to kind of let you know that the prices are changing. I want to get you in the door before it's too late, because the prices are about to double. But yeah, use coupon code FOMO, F-O-M-O, to get signed up into the private group today. We do a lot of coaching. I coach a virtual classroom 3 times a week, usually after the stream. Today is not one of those days. This is a bonus stream on Twitch. So tomorrow will be the live classroom. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I do a live classroom at 1 o'clock. Kind of talk about strategy, talk about what market health, talk about portfolios, and look at the charts that you're looking at and help you kind of break down the analysis of the charts that you are doing. So you're not, I'm posting setups. There's a lot of people posting setups in the group. CRV is one of them. But we're teaching you to become a trader, because honestly, you have to learn yourself. You can follow traders, but when the trader leaves, or if the trader, like if I decide to stop doing this or whatever, you know, all you've done is follow my trades, now you've lost income. It's highly important that you learn how to trade yourself, and that is what really sets me apart from a lot of these other groups, these, you know, these setup channels and these pump groups and stuff like that. Like, I really want you guys to have the ability to be your own boss, work anywhere you want, work remotely. I'm in the jungles of Tulum right now. I never had this type of opportunity. I come from trades, and you know, I learned how to trade coming from trades. And now I get to be my own boss and extract wealth from this crazy ecosystem. So I want you guys to learn that. So go ahead and sign up for VIP. What is Baloo's secret weapon? It's kind of a gimmick. It's an indicator that I made, kind of paints entry candles. It's been optimized to be used on the 4-hour time frame. Let me show you my secret weapon that I never use, but we'll go to Ethereum here, and I'll go to the 4-hour, and let's go throw on Baloo's secret weapon. This is just my scripts, Baloo's secret weapon. It's an oscillator. You know, I don't use oscillators, so let me just basically, every time you are at the bottom of a range and you're looking for a reversal, you get a painted candle. So this is the painted buy candle. We have a yellow candle right here. This is your buy candle. No follow through on this. It's very contextual. It's not a standalone indicator, but it also gave you a sell candle here right before the dump. So it's kind of an interesting indicator for those that are looking for short-term entries and exits, and you can get that in the jungle. Join the free Discord, and I can hook you up with this Pine script, and we can get this indicator into your collection. But honestly, I don't use it that much. I made it for fun, and now I don't use it. Okay. So, BAT BTC, sure, yeah. Let's look at the BTC pairs. So a lot of the USD pairs have come and gone. You know, the setups have come and gone. So we're gonna wanna pay attention to the BTC pairs now. So basic attention Bitcoin, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Let's start out on the 3-day chart. Let's just zoom things out a bit. What is all this? Oh, I got some drawing. I thought I got rid of all my drawings. Anyways, okay, so we're in a downtrend when compared to Bitcoin. So, you know, we're still in a downtrend when compared to Bitcoin. So what is this chart telling you? This is telling you that you should have just held Bitcoin. That's it. You know, we're making lower lows, we're making lower highs, and until we start to really go flat, I think you have time on basic attention token is basically what I'm seeing inside of this chart. You could have just held Bitcoin and you would have made the exact same amount of money. Actually, you know, this is mostly a downtrend, so you would have been better off just holding Bitcoin instead of basic attention token. And that's the thing, you know, back test a lot of the alts that you're seriously wanting to hold for a long time, and look at the Bitcoin pair, because it's going to tell you if you should have just held Bitcoin. So basic attention token is one of those ones where you should have just held Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm not going to dive in too much. There's not enough of a change of character for me to see anything. Here was the last change of character. It resulted in a downside move, so it's a redistribution. We're not seeing anything bullish in this chart. Okay. Thoughts on CRV? Yeah, I forgot. I went on a rant. So let's go take a look at CRV. CRV, where is it now? We're up at $2. Yeah, so we have some nice support and resistance flips here. We were charting CRV down here. So this was the entry down here in CRV. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Why are you showing me all this shit that you did? Well, because I'm trying to show you the power of the Wyckoff. So when you have this, we had a double bottom accumulation pattern, descending channel. We exited the channel, tested the channel, boom, that's when the explosion happens. These are the setups you gotta find. How do you find them? It's really simple. What exchange are you trading on? Are you trading on Binance? Put every single token that Binance has on your watch list. Then start looking for the technicals. When you see the technical setups, then go do the fundamentals. Everybody gets it backwards. Everybody gets it wrong. They go and they find these projects and they listen to what they do. They look at the white paper, they get the fundamentals, and then they buy it. Wrong. You have to get the technical setup first so that the fundamentals actually work. The fundamentals is the demand, the technicals is the supply. If there's too much available supply in the asset, if there's too many people willing to sell, the fundamentals aren't going to do anything. It's only when you have the technicals showing you that there are no more sellers and that you have bullish fundamentals that you get the real follow through. So do that. Start with the technicals, then move on to the fundamentals. Okay. Yeah, so CRV, you know, we've come down quite a bit. We need to see a change of character here. So we've already come down to our last preliminary supply here. This was the preliminary supply right here. Volume is contracting, so that's good. You know, you want to see this contraction of the supply. However, we're falling more aggressively on less effort. So that's another thing when you're looking at volume. Let me clean this up a bit. It's a little noisy. But, you know, the volume is the effort and the price is the result. Effort versus result. How much effort is being applied to the asset in the form of buying and selling, and then what is the result of that effort? So with very minimal effort, it's very easy to drop the price. We're in a downtrend. This downtrend is going to continue until it stops. So we're looking for some support. This was the last major support right here. So let's watch for this area to hold us tentatively. So kind of this area right here. Watch for this area to hold as support. So you're gonna go down to the smaller time frames. We're gonna watch for support right around $1.80, so kind of around the big even. So the $2 mark, $1.80, $2, maybe even $1.75, something like that. Go down to the small time frames and look for divergences on the RSI. If you can see that kind of stuff, then you can start to paint a little bit of a bullish picture as far as actually holding some of the support. But as it stands right now, we're in a downtrend. We had a huge markup in CRV. Massive 381% move inside of curve. It needs a cool off. So it's going to take time. If you're up on this one, consider taking profits. You know, you're going to do what you're going to do. We're in a bull market. This could turn around. It could come back down and just turn around. So, you know, you're going to have to monitor it, but watch for support to develop, because right now we're just making lower lows and lower highs. It's not, it's in a downtrend. The trend is your friend until it ends, and the trend is down. Okay, Silvtor, thanks for your clear explanations. I am a newbie and I'm learning so much from you. Cheers. Thank you. You know, I really appreciate that. And that's why I do this stuff. You know, I wish that I had a mentor when I first got into crypto. You know, the mentors of my day back in 2015 were just YouTubers, man. And this was before we figured out that all the YouTubers were paid shills. Not all of them, but, you know, a lot of them were paid shills, and they're also looking for content. They're also trying to get clicks. That is something that has really kind of woken me up as far as YouTube. Like I make videos where, you know, I'm talking about these accumulation schematics and I'm like, this is the 100-year-old strategy that wins every time. This is how you build wealth over years. Nobody clicks it. But if I make a video that says make $100 a day with this one simple tactic, I'll get way more views. So, you know, there's a click bias being made with these videos. So you need to realize that these YouTubers, these content creators, they're being manipulated by clickbait. They're being manipulated by the videos that sell inside of the ecosystem. So I really try to cut out a lot of that bullcrap and try and give you guys honest, unbiased opinion. You know, I'm not an expert on the fundamentals side. I'm not, you know, I don't have a crystal ball, but I am able to extract funds out of this. I have some good fundamental knowledge of what blockchain is and how these protocols work, but, you know, that's it. You know, I eliminate hype. There's too much hype in the space. If you want to be at a place where there's no hype, follow me. That's all I try to do. Okay. Link for the Discord. I believe it's on my channel page. You know, I'm actually kind of new to Twitch. I should know that answer. I don't. Let's try and find it. Let me show you where it is. Got to be around here somewhere. Let's see here. My apologies, everybody. This is totally unprofessional. Shameless self-promotion. But you guys want to know where the Discord link is? And I don't know, so let's learn together. That's what we do. You ask questions and we learn together. So we go to my page here. Man, we're running slow. Crappy jungle internet. And we go to my channel. And let's just make sure that we're muted. I am live right now, so I don't want to hear myself talk. Okay, mute. Okay, or just stop me. See you in the jungle. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Boom, right there. This big one right here. See you in the jungle. Discord, see you in the jungle. Grab your malaria pills and machete. We'll see you in the jungle. All right, back to the charts. What is your most painful memory of trading? I like this. This is a good question because, guys, reality check. You know, I've made a lot of mistakes, and that's another reason that I'm here is, you know, I'm trying to share with you the information that, you know, has helped shape me. You know, these are the market lessons that I was talking about. The market is going to teach you a lot. Basically, once upon a time, I had 20 Bitcoin, and, you know, I experienced a shakeout event during an event called, you know, the China FUD, and it was a pretty large shakeout, and I sold basically everything for a significant loss. I had basically entered right before a lot of that FUD had began to develop, China banning crypto and this, that, and the other, and then, you know, I sold it for probably 40% less than I paid for it. And then I feel like I sold the bottom. I pretty much did. Like, I sold the bottom. And then I basically had to buy in back above where I initially bought back in. And then I started to overtrade, revenge trading. And I whittled that thing down. And basically by the end of that cycle, I had 2. And luckily, I kind of smartened up, and I was able to harvest profits from other altcoins and harvest profits from other sources and sell, you know, pretty close to the top. I think I sold like around 6. I sold some at 11. I sold some at 16, and, you know, I was able to harvest a lot of profits after the fact. And then I bought back in lower, and the coronavirus dump was a huge opportunity. And you know, it's just, you kind of learn as you go. But yeah, man, like I had a lot and I don't, but that is another lesson that you need to learn. You're going to make mistakes. And if you dwell on the past, you're going to revenge trade. And revenge trading is one of the easiest ways for you to lose money because you take risks that are too big and you take them too frequently. So just know that you made a mistake, eat it, and move on. Revenge trading is not awesome. Yeah, I think we've all been there. You know, they're called shakeouts for a reason. They're called shakeouts for a reason. They shake you out of the market. Okay. All right. So we're kind of getting close to the end. I've been streaming for about 52 minutes here. What else do we want to look at? Let me pick. I'll pick. Reef. Did we talk about Reef? Yeah, we talked about Reef. We talked about Burger. We talked about Bird. Oh yeah, Bird is doing good now. Up 23 on the Ethereum pair. So is Ethereum not doing well? I guess we had a good pump on Bird. Okay, no, it's coming back down. Still good strength though. We've made a higher high. That's good on Bird. What about Rise? Show the people the TRB setup. Taste of the island experience. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let me just bring the Discord right over so you guys can see some stuff. All right, so here's what you get, okay? You get stuff like this. This is the Discord. You're getting a sneak peek. I'm gonna show you the VIP charts and I'm gonna go quick. All right, so this is from Schumer. Shout out to Schumer, willing to share with the general community some of these awesome setups. So TRB is leaving its accumulation. These things are few and far between right now, especially on the US dollar pair. So TRB, it's another Oracle project. We're seeing a little bit of momentum go into the oracles. For those who don't know what oracles are, they take real world data and they put it into the blockchain. The most applicable source of information that we're looking for right now in DeFi is price. So what is the price of something on a centralized exchange? Because we need to interpret that into blockchain data. So these oracles bring in that data and they bring in information so that these DeFi protocols can work off of real world information that isn't decentralized. So TRB, beautiful setup. We have a nice rounded bottom here on TRB, seller's climax, automatic rally, second test in phase B, second test in phase B, or second test in phase A, second test in phase B, secondary test, beautiful LPS test, in an uptrend, a little bit of a sign of strength here. We had a shakeout. We're looking to form our LPS right now, and he's got the 2 little stars for entry. So you can make an entry right here at about $34, or you can make one down at 20. And we're looking for a conclusion of this. You can also see a bit of a microphone pattern here. So this microphone type pattern is very common when you're leaving an accumulation range. So we're seeing that, very bullish. TRB is one that's looking good. So yeah, TRB is looking beautiful. And guys, we post this stuff all the time. If you're looking for setups, if you're looking for guidance, I could just keep scrolling. I can just keep going and keep going. Tons and tons of material. And the setups, we don't want to focus on the setups. Setups are nice, but honestly, we teach you how to trade, and that's what's most important. You only have 2 days to make up your mind if you want to get it at $15 a month. It's basically a Netflix subscription. What's Netflix at right now? It's not at $15, whatever. Okay, talk about Cardano? Sure. Cardano is a little bit of a tricky read. I was actually doing that in the peer review charts today, talking about Cardano. And, Cardano, it's having what's referred to as an ease of movement. Oh, okay, so it's developing nicely, but you want to be very careful with this one. So here's the story with Cardano. Historically speaking, Cardano is the king of delays. There has been a huge run up ever since the announcement that they're going to be implementing smart contracts, okay? These are all, good things. We need smart contracts inside of Cardano. But we had a buyer's climax, automatic reaction, a little bit of a shakeout, nothing to worry about yet. This whole schematic actually looked really, really bullish. We jumped the creek, we made our SOS, we came in for a beautiful backup. I would have bought this in a heartbeat, but I wasn't paying attention to Cardano. I would have bought here, okay? I would have bought. And that's the thing, when you get a buy signal, it doesn't mean that it's gonna go up. It just means that you get a buy signal. Sometimes you get a sell signal and it goes up. Sometimes you get a buy signal and it goes down. These are just signals, which is why position sizing is so important. But anyways, we got a little bit of a move up, and then we got our sign of weakness. Now, it was bought back up, and we have been ticking to the upside on low volume. This is good. A lot of people get this wrong. They think that low volume is not good. Low volume is good. It means that nobody's selling. If the price is increasing on low volume, what does that mean? The effort is low and the result is increase, okay? Effort versus result. It takes not a lot of effort to move the price up. That's bullish. So we do have bullish follow through on this, and I guess the bullish case is we're just hoping that this is just a kind of a failed up thrust action, and that we do need to come down and test this as support before we can move up. But we have broken the local high. This is a good sign, and we're just gonna have to see if we can hold it as support. I think we gotta come back down to probably around $1. If we can hold $1 one more time, and if they do release smart contracts, you're gonna see some really big moves inside of Cardano. If they release smart contracts and they start getting on DEXs and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised to see well in excess of $3 on Cardano. However, if they do what they usually do, and that's delay, you're gonna see a lot of people bail, because a lot of people have already made a lot of money based on the hype that Cardano is gonna release smart contracts. So it's definitely not a new investor's asset right now. There's a lot of newbies holding this coin. A lot of new investors are holding it, and they're weak hands. We call them weak hands, and the weak hands can't hold the asset up. Only strong hands can hold the asset up. So as far as Cardano, proceed with caution. know how to use the stop loss, know how to see the signals on when to exit. Okay, Aave, not gonna look at Aave, it needs to cool off. Tezos, I think Tezos is good. No offense to Aave, it's just I've charted it a lot, it's gone up a lot, and it just needs a little bit of time to reaccumulate. I'm just not gonna bother. XTZ. Let's take a look at XTZ. Okay. This is a weird chart. This is a weird chart. Algo's been doing, that's another example of one that's been doing well. These alternative blockchains have been doing really, really well. All right, well, you know, I'm gonna keep this one pretty simple because there's an opportunity to do so. It's very volatile, okay? Very, very volatile, but it's making higher highs and making higher lows. So this is not a leverage contract position. Don't buy futures on this one, just don't. If you can get a retracement back down to around $2.50, that would be a beautiful buy in my opinion. But don't mess with the leverage on this one. Just don't. You're gonna get burned if you mess with the leverage. It's so volatile, so volatile. Yeah, but it's on a retracement right now. So, you know, top to the bottom, it's like 50% retracement. Bullish case is we kind of get like a cup and handle formation, so we come about a third of the way down. So if you see that, you know, watch for support here. If we build support and start curling to the upside, that could be a good opportunity inside of this asset. I'm not even going to Wyckoff this one. You know, it doesn't really have good Wyckoff structure, but what it does have is it's making higher highs, it's making higher lows. It's all you really need to know sometimes. Is the asset over time appreciating in value? And the answer is yes, but very volatile. This is a spot play. This is a spot play. Stay away from futures contracts on this one. Yeah, it's like 200% move to the top of the channel. Okay. Yeah, the promo code is FOMO. Got a FOMO into my group. No FOMO into coins, FOMO into my group. Okay. Yeah, the group pretty much pays for itself. Like, we'll get you into a couple trades. We think long term. We really get you to have a good, you know, strategy. Strategy is so important. It's almost more important than the technical analysis is the strategy. You know, coming up with a game plan and sticking to it. Okay, AMP, thoughts? I don't know. I probably have thoughts. AMP. Gemini. Cool. Yeah, it's gone up. Gone up big time. Let's go down to the lower time frames. Kind of a downsloping accumulation. So when you see this one where you've got a clear downsloping line of resistance, just draw that resistance in. See, there's different strategies for different setups on what you see. You know, don't cheat. Don't go to the candle body closes because you want it to break. Go to the worst case scenario. So we're right up against it right now. Short it. No, don't short it. What you want is a break this level, okay? So we want to break out, we want to test. Buy the test, boom, buy that test. If you can get a breakout and a test, that is a good position on this one. And I mean, this is a tight consolidation with very good volume. I like the decline in volume here. So overall, you know, a little bit of an anomaly here, but the volume is contracting, the supply is contracting. This is really good. Yeah, and we're in a very bullish environment. So maybe what this looks like is you kind of get a double bottom and then a move up. I don't know, you'll see. But yeah, first things first is just draw this downsloping line of resistance. Get this on your chart and monitor it. You can even set an alarm. If you don't know how to do that, let me show you right now. You do need to have a paid version of TradingView, which if you're gonna be trading cryptocurrency, I highly recommend you do. But you go to alarms and we go to crossing trend line once per bar, boom, alarm set. Boom. When we cross this trend line, I will get a notification that we're crossing. Then I can zoom in and look for the test. When I find that test, watch for it to turn around. Don't just buy the test. Watch for it to turn around off of the test. When you have that successful test, that's when you buy. So what does that actually look like? You get a move up, you get a move down. Actually, let's make it smaller. Let's make it smaller. So let's say we come down and we get a move up and then a move down. Basically, when we break this high, when you break that high, boom, that's when you enter and you go to the long side. Don't just buy the breakouts. I mean, you can, but yeah, it's better to buy the confirmation. Okay. All right. Algo refuses to bounce back. What do you think? Well, Algo had a big time run. So if it's refusing to bounce back, I'm not even watching Algo. Shroomer's watching Algo. Shroomer got a killer position in Algo. Okay, yeah, so we left the box, beautiful, had an uptrend inside of the box. Then when we left this channel, face melting move, and it looks like we're coming back to the top of the channel. So watch out for this. Yeah, it's probably gonna come back down here and kind of start printing some higher highs. We might get some divergence on the RSI, and then you'll get that continuation. So this is what would be referred to as an accumulation after decline. So you have time on Algo. Algo is gonna cool off for a bit. Wait till the trend changes. Wait for that transition from lower lows to lower highs to higher lows and higher highs. Okay, so wait for that transition inside of Algo. Yeah, Shroomer, you had a awesome trade on that one. And then Shroomer also got a freaking incredible trade on Band. He is the first one in my group to get a 1,000%. 1,000%. You can pay for the group, guys. You can pay for the group. Okay, confirmation is key. 1,000% on Band. Incredible. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thank you for everybody who is following. If you are joining on YouTube, you're not seeing this live. I have recently become a Twitch affiliate, so there's gonna be no more live streaming on YouTube. Sorry. If you do want to follow me live on Twitch, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. noon. Immediately after the Twitch stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we do the virtual classroom in VIP at 1 o'clock where we go through your charts. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for tuning into the show. And until next time, please trade safe. It's a jungle out there. Peace.
Welcome to my dream. It's good to see you again. We can kick back now. The show has reached the end. Turn out the lights. It's late in the hour. Everything you love has all come home. Farewell for now, my friend. I'll see you around again. Farewell for now, my friend. I'll see you around again. Believe in me, we're all alive together.